Good morning, folks. This is Jonah of Green Apostle Ministry International. Welcome this morning to our broadcast. I put up a video yesterday, Sunday, and I'm not doing one this Monday. Everybody must want to know what you like doing Monday videos. But if God is revealing things to me and God is cranking things to my mind, then I think I want to share them with you. I want to share what God shared with me. But I also want you to share with me as well. So at the end of this short video, it's a short but ended up being 1 hour. Yes, the one was 2 hours. You are going to get my contact information. First thing, Green Apostle is coming live to you. My husband's house, St. Michael's Barbados in the beautiful West Indies. The weather is lovely outside. It's a very lovely morning. First, let's start off with God Only Knows by Up King and Country.
Sound of sleeping, too afraid of what might show up while you're dreaming. Nobody sees you. Nobody will believe you. And every day, all the memories that somehow never leave you. Nobody sees you. Nobody will believe you. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you, but there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows. You keep a camera of every single secret. So afraid of something so that they would leave. Somebody sees you. Somebody will never leave you. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you, but there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows. For the lonely, for the ashamed, the misunderstood and the ones to blame. Well, if we could start over, we could start over, we could start over. Oh, for the lonely, for the ashamed, of the misunderstood and the ones to blame. What if we could start over, we could start over, we could start over. There's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows where to find you. God only knows how to break through.
Yes, folks, our story this morning is about God really knows. And I'm dealing with Jonah and the story of Jonah. And I was sharing with my wife this morning and her friend. And I'm going to read verse 4. We can see it together. And Jonah began to enter into the city a day's journey and cried and said, yeah, 40 days and Nineveh shall be overthrown. First, let's talk about the people of Nineveh. The people of Nineveh are descendants of Keturah, the concubine turned wife of Abraham. How do we know this? When the king, let's go a little further and read. When words came to the king of Nineveh, he arose from his throne, and he laid his robe on, and he covered himself with sackcloth and sat in ashes. If you know about the book of Job, after Job went through a calamity, he sat in sackcloth. He put on sackcloth, and he sat in ashes. Therefore, there's some connection between the Edomites, who Keturah children are uncles of, and Keturah children, that the city of Nineveh turned to God, and the king, and the animals, and the people. Yes, folks, the animals too. You hear the decree, the proclamation the king made, what everybody in the city is supposed to do. He said, let neither man nor beast, herd nor flock taste anything. Let them not feed nor drink water. This is for the 40 days because they repented. I don't know why, but I started this video with God only knows. God only knows. God knew the heart of the people of Nineveh, that they were being led away from him. And God knew they wanted to worship him in spirit and in truth. And God wanted them to come back to him. They were considered enemies of Israel, more so Judah than Israel, because when I say Judah and Israel, in the time of the prophet Jonah, you would read about Jonah in the Chronicles when we're reading about the acts of they use the word acts, the actions of the prophet Elijah and Elisha. Somewhere in between there, you will hear about Jonah the prophet. So this would have been during the time just before the northern kingdom was held captive by Babylon, given historical time. But when the king of the Nineveh could say that he want every man and beast, man is man, woman, and children, carry sackcloth and cry out to the cry mightily unto God. I like to get all these passages. Let me read this passage together. Let me read how sweet it is. Let every man and beast cover, and the king of Nineveh, he arose from his throne, and he laid his robe from him, and he covered him with sackcloth and sat in ashes, and he caused it to be proclaimed and published throughout Nineveh, by a decree of the king and his nobles, saying, let neither man nor beast, herd nor flock taste anything. Let them not feed nor drink water, but let man and beast be covered with sackcloth and cry mightily unto God. Yet let them turn everyone from his evil ways and from the violence that is in their hands. Who can tell them God will turn and repent and turn away from his first anger that we perish not? So, here the statement of the king of Nineveh. It is enough for you to understand. And here's where I got a problem with people. I didn't want to talk about that. I seem to got this passion about people trying to understand what the Bible is saying to them. not how much you know of the Bible. I want you to understand what the Bible speaks to you. Because we have too many people in churches repeating what they hear and then examining what they heard. And if you examine what they're saying or what they are repeating, you will recognize that it makes no sense. It has no value. It is vain. You read in Genesis that when Abraham, it was Abram then, and Sarah who was Sarai then, went among the king of Egypt. He lied and said, she is my sister. And the king decided he wants Sarai to be his wife. And God spoke to him and he obeyed God. And I keep telling people the reason why he obeyed God, that he knew he had a relationship with God. Why we feel because the people in America tell we things, the Europeans tell we things that it is correct. Incorrect. You would have to have a relationship with God. You only obey a voice you trust and know. You only would do a voice. You will only hearken to a voice you know. Like that. There's a difference between you was walking in the mountain. Stop. I want to refer to you. There's a difference between that and when you said touch not that woman or I will kill you because she's another man's wife. It's a different story. Yes. Later on in Exodus, they worship either they practice sorcery in Egypt. But remember, them are the only people that worship God and fall to idol. And then we go back to the Genesis story. All three of Noah's sons had a belief in God. But they were not, but Shem and his descendants continued to glorify God despite their faults. But the other two, Ham and Japheth, they went astray and they kept astray. Because God only saved Noah and his wife, his 3 sons and their wives. So these are the only people that God saved. Yeah, because they were with Noah to get saved. That's the real truth. But they have not believed this. They have seen, here's the key, they have seen the hand of God to show that they know who God really was. They built a tower, the Japheth generation, descendants, to go to the sky to escape from the wrath of God. And they're still trying to do it today. They got they got a space station orbiting Earth. The one going to live on Mars and the moon. You seeing people? Then you got the people of Salem, the original people of Salem or Jerusalem under Melchizedek. They too serve God. Then you got those who were Joe the Edomites. They too serve God. And because I've shown you in one of my videos that when you check the surnames of the friends or the tribes they came from, they're all children of Esau. God hate Esau's personality, but he loved Eden. God hate Esau's personality, he loved Eden. And Eden is the first example of a brother with wrath against a brother that forgive him in the Old Testament. Remember, Cain killed Abel out of spite, jealousy, and wrath. Because God favored Abel more than Cain. Esau wanted to kill Jacob because he stole from him, or he thought he stole from him. In the human action, he stole from him. In the God, he actually didn't steal nothing because it didn't belong to him. The birthright didn't belong to Esau because God told their mother Rebecca that the birthright belongs to Jacob, the second born, and that the firstborn will serve the second. We gotta go through what serving is. But the key factor here is that we want to look at the fact that through the Bible, let's look at the Babylonians. What do you think that Nebuchadnezzar said about is the angel in there with them? Or we like to use the word son of God, but let's do it this. In In Job, the sons of God. More than one sons of God. One son of God. For Jesus did the fire. It was the same one of them angels that went before God in Job that was in there with them. Alright. Son of God singular, sons of God plural. And he said that is son of God, which means that they had an encounter with God, and there's tablets with carving of serpents that meet the description of Isaiah chapter 6 that were found among Babylonian ruins. Right? Do not think that God only spoke to Israel. The promised Messiah came through Israel, Judah, David. But God, the only people that God spoke to was not them. And it is very wrong, because the same King James Bible you love so there shows you it is not so. And this passage in Jonah that I am doing down to you shows you that. Yes, folks, this passage in Jonah is showing you that the hearts of the people that was once with God, and they turned against the Creator God. And he's saying here, who can tell if God will turn and repent? And note the words, who can tell if God will turn and repent and turn away from his fierce anger that we perish not? Look at the words the kings declare. And Jonah can believe what you hearing and seeing. He left him up on the hill and watched, see if God would kill them. So this thing about Jonah preaching about the people and the turning of God, that's what I want to say, because Jonah was displeased and was very angry because he wanted God to kill these people because of what they did to his people. God is a forgiving God. God is a patient God. God is a compassionate God. God is a God of empathy. And if you know God, God can still come after you until you die. If you die and you ain't come back to God, you're going to hell. And if you die and you come back to God, you will receive your reward. God so loved this creative world he created. He loved the sinful fallen man. He loved the man that come to him and repented and now they're in a relationship. And he showed that love and that compassion and that empathy for you, despite a decision was made by the first two human beings to rebel against God. That he gave Jesus his only, the part of him that is the Son. The part of God was the Son. He made him come in human form. Manifestation of the Son in human form. Curse him, because curse the man was near the cross, the tree. Curse him. Punish him. Your sins and my sins were placed on him. He received our punishment in our place, and he didn't deserve it. That's a fact. He did that you can have a chance not to come and say, Father, forgive me for all that I have done, and to receive eternal life and to restore back, and to start that journey towards a new life with God. And the people of Nineveh turned back to God. And God had to call Jonah. And this is what he did. He said to them, Then said the Lord, Thou hast had pity on the ground, for the which thou hast not labored, neither makest it grow, which it came up in the night, and it perished in a night. Shall I not spare Nineveh, that great city, where there are more than six score thousand people. Six score. A score is 20. Six scores 120,000 people that cannot discern between their right hand and their left hand, and also much cattle. God is saying to Jonah, you angry with me because one earlier plant grew over you in the morning before I shade, and next night I kill it. And the sun come up and it scorch you. And you faint and you wish you were dead. And you angry because I ain't allowed to go and keep you cool. But you angry because I spare Nineveh. Human life is more valuable than a plant. And that we want to understand that you don't know. God knows the heart of the people of Nineveh. God knows the heart of the people of Barbados. God knows the heart of people all around the world. God knows the Muslim, the Hindu heart, the Confucius heart. And God has a love to reach them and save them. But you got to present a word to them which is not polluted and tampered with, not designed to institute a political agenda, but to bring you into contact with the Creator. I am encouraging you from this short message this morning. Yeah, I'm making history 20. That judges making a final judgment on a person. There are times you can judge a person for the wrong that they do. Tell them that they're wrong. Be called judge. You see them do wrong, you know that they're wrong. You can see that they exactly do the wrong. Not you see a reaction and don't know the whole backstory. You actually see the wrong, see doing wrong. You can tell the boy wrong, but you know what you need to do too. You know what you need to do too, especially my friend Jennings. Don't just get with people and talk about the wrong. And this is what pastors do. Get with their congregation and talk about the wrong. So the woman, the man that pretends to be a woman, but the boys are ad, he is wrong. We ain't got to we ain't misjudging he. We know that he spent a year saying he's transgendering. God back here, man, he changed the woman and still he is a man. Right? And that offended women, many with advertising female bras. It offends people that drink Bud Light beer. Bud has a beer, a strong hot beer, and Bud has a light beer. And the light beer was mainly marketed to women. Because women said that we got a problem with beer too strong and the men get headed too fast. So they made a lighter beer so women can enjoy the taste of beer without the strong alcohol content. So Bud Light was really designed for women. And people got offense, both male and female. People refused to buy their beer. People buy the beer and destroy it, showing displeasure. And the sales went down the gutter because you know this man pretending to be a woman and you want the whole world to accept that people could change their minds and could determine the gender. It's simple. If you got a penis, you're a man. If you have a vagina, you're a woman. If you have both, you're a Murphy. There are 1 in 100 million persons who are born with both genitals, and sometimes the dominant genital, the dominant hormone is what the person takes as their gender. That body you could understand, explain, and have empathy for, but not a whole man with only a penis or a whole woman with only a vagina and want to be the woman, want to be the woman, and woman want to be the man. Ridiculous. It's very ridiculous. God didn't make you that way. Stop trying to be that way. Be the way that God created you. God showed compassion to Nineveh. 8 words, only 8 words. Encouraging somebody to do what is right. If it is 10 words, may give them a change of life, a change of mind, a change of thinking. 8 words cause a nation to repent and ask God for mercy and forgiveness. 8 words. And your words can make a person's life better. It's better. You have to at times say harsh things to people to wake them up to reality and get them to change from the foolishness they're doing. You have to. This sissified Christianity about being soft and got million church talking soft, you know, and got it. Nah, man. You think when Peter smoked the man with blindness, he talk soft? You think when Jesus took out the whip and plaque the whip and the ribbon him and my father's house is not a den of thief, it's a house of prayer? You think when Jesus called the fire to cease, white bro sacrifice, you know what was it, a sacrifice? A place where you can smell rotten bodies that inside you rotten and steam outside you just look good? A whitewash sacrifice? A whitewash tomb? Outside look good, inside stink? You think that insult? That was an insult. You insult the Pharisees? But we want a sissified, womanized gospel. So if you think that we only got the walk out there for homosexuality, we got to walk in church too. Certain things we can't say in the church. So our church members gonna learn it in the streets. They're gonna learn it in the school. They're gonna learn it from their friends. Where we can say these things and preach these things in understanding and start trying to be a church where we trying to politicize and mold it into an image that we want them to be. You can't do that. That should not be done through the churches, because every man that's married to a woman have a unique relationship. Everybody is their own individual. Everybody will have a unique relationship with God. And the things that they and God are going to do and experience together is not what you're going to experience. And you should take and probably taking what other people do and trying to do it. If by their faith God could do it by them, then by my faith God could do it for me. It was the faith and the understanding of the people in Nineveh that caused the king to change from his ways and call the nations to change from their wicked ways. He said, ye let them turn everyone from his evil ways and from the violence that is in their hands. Turn from it. And God showed mercy and compassion and empathy to Nineveh. And God could do it for you. God bless you. In Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for watching my YouTube videos. I am here after 30 years in ministry, after 30 years in working for God through churches, sharing everything I know with you to equip you. I am human like anybody else. I could be wrong. But if you think I am wrong, here's how you can contact me. You can send me an email. You can WhatsApp or call me and have a discussion. It might get hot. It might be pleasant. And I will learn from you and you will learn from me. Better learn right and wrong. When we learn what right and what's wrong, we will learn from one another. But don't hesitate. Contact me. pause the video, work it off. Send me the emails, WhatsApp me. And encourage your friends to join. The more people that join, the subscribe to the channel. When we reach a certain amount, YouTube will start paying me for putting up videos. And the little money we get in will help to improve the equipment and quality of service we have. May the good Lord bless and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord grant you peace. Shalom. God bless.
Joy down in my heart to stay. I need that joy down in my heart to stay. Joy down.